Accused spy Paul Whelan says he's being threatened, denied showers in Russian prison. Michigan businessman Paul Whelan told reporters in a Russian courtroom Friday that at Moscow's Lefortovo detention facility, and that his imprisonment in an espionage charge akin to political kidnapping. A judge extended the pre-trial phase of Whelan's detention for 3 more months on Friday, which means Whelan, 49, is to remain in prison until at least August 29. This is typical prisoner of war isolation technique.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.